I'm Samantha.
And this is our Mercedes MB100 van.
Daisy.
Daisy, yeah.
And we're traveling around Australia for the next year with it.
Yeah. Well, this is the back of our van. This is where we sleep. We have like this really lovely big mattress. It's also kind of heavy, but yeah, we really like to sleep well. So yeah, we really like this. Here is our clothing area. So we have like this small closet where we keep our clothing in. Like, it's not a lot of space, but yeah, we can put everything in it. A lot of the clothes are now inside of the house where we're staying. So we have like two fridges, one over here and one over here. This is where we keep our drinks usually. And at the back, we sometimes put some groceries, but we are able to turn one off and just only use one. Here we have our bodyboards that we can use to surf on the waves, basically. I'm Hugo.
I'm Samantha.
We live in this van now for 2 months. It's a Mercedes-Benz MB100.
Yeah, she's called Daisy.
Yeah.
Because the number plate is DC, so that's how we came up with the name. We're traveling around Australia for a year. I'm a business coach. I coach entrepreneurial women, and you're a photographer.
Yes. So I do all the pictures during the traveling. We also have a drone, so we make some cool drone shots during the traveling. Yeah, we really love it so far. Takes us to the most beautiful places. And yeah, it's a different way of traveling basically, because before we used to travel like in advance. We used to prepare the entire trip. Like we went on a trip for 4 weeks and we knew by the day what we wanted to do. But since last year and after COVID, we changed basically our traveling to
Full time.
yeah, to full time now. We are traveling around for a year and we just see by the day what we want to do.
Yeah.
So
We
yeah,
always worked in corporate jobs, so we worked a 9 to 5. I got into a burnout 3 years ago, and that was my turning point where I was like, I need to do this differently because this is not working for me. So then I started my own business, and now, approximately 3 years later, you were able to quit your job as well,
yeah,
and here we are. Yeah.
definitely. Well, the cost we had so far was like we paid 20,000 for the van itself,
Australian dollars.
Australian dollars. Yeah. Well, the tires were around $1,000 as well because yeah, these are not the standard size tires. So if you have a regular car, you pay a lot less for tires. But
Yeah, we also wanted to get good ones because we're doing the full lap, so we know we're going to get off-road at time to time, and they recommend a 4x4, which we don't have,
no,
as you see. So we want to have some good tires to make sure we're getting through,
yeah,
hopefully. Knock on wood.
yeah, definitely. And yeah, like the rego and
Yeah.
the insurance was like also around 1,000.
Yeah, I think 1300.
Yeah,
And you need to get the van regularly serviced, and that's
yeah.
around $500. So every 10,000 km, we need to service the van.
We live in a van because we want to see, yeah, Australia is such a large country, so we want to see basically everything. We want to do the full lap of Australia, and yeah, the van makes it possible, like in the easiest way. You don't have to hop on, hop off a bus or something like the Greyhound buses. This one takes you everywhere, and it makes it possible to see everything as well.
I think it's the quickest way to freedom because
Yeah.
you can go anywhere, anytime you like. And if you don't like it in a place, you can like transfer into another.
Yeah,
And also, it's really helpful to have all your stuff with you. It's really easy living. So I kind of like it.
Yeah. It's a different way of living.
Yeah.
We do it now for 3 months, but yeah, it's like you have to make a switch mentality as well, because yeah, you are traveling and you have everything with you, but you also need to think ahead, like with groceries and all that kind of stuff, and also with campsites, like do I have a shower tonight or maybe tomorrow night, those kind of things. But it gives you like so much freedom and yeah, so much joy, and yeah, it's hard to describe, but it's really lovely so far. So. And we have some fans in the back that we use for sleeping as well. In the little side baskets, we put usually some underwear, socks, stuff like that, towels. We have some books over there, and we have these solar panel lights that are getting charged by the day at the front of the car by a small solar panel. And we can use it at night to make it really cozy at the back. So this is where we basically spend our nights and evenings at the back. Maybe watch some Netflix if you have the opportunity as well. We have a solar panel on top, and we have a battery down beneath the mattress. So here we have like a battery that is also connected to the solar power. So that is what we use during the day. So this says also the voltage that we have left that gets charged by the solar panel. So that's great. And sometimes we have the possibility to also stand powered, and then we have like this electricity socket underneath there, and we use that to power like the cool boxes and the fans as well.
The benefit of this lifestyle is being able to go wherever you want, whenever you want. I think that's the biggest pro for me.
Yeah.
Also, because it's so basic, like you let go of all your luxuries and stuff and everything you used to in your own house, like the big house, you are able to accept life in a simpler way, kind of.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I do miss my own shower regularly, but I do love the way it brings me back to living in the present moment mostly. So, when we have to make coffee, it's like a whole process of making coffee. Like,
Yeah.
we don't have our coffee machine right now. So, everything takes more time, but it also helps to get you more relaxed because I'm kind of a hard worker myself. That's why I got in my burnout eventually. And now I don't get the time to work all the time because we're basically spending more time traveling around, discovering the world, and taking care of ourselves.
The other advantage of living in a van is like if you really like a certain space where you're staying at that moment, you're also able to extend that period of time because you don't have to travel to a next spot or something. No, you can just stay there and relax. So yeah, living by the day basically, and that makes it really relaxed basically. Yeah.
Yeah. And also being able to spend more time in nature, I think that's a big pro as well.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't really started living in a van because of the financial benefits, to be honest. It was more the freedom and the flexibility we
Yeah.
wanted to experience. But yeah, it does have a lot of benefits, like financially, especially going through Australia, which is not
Yeah.
like the cheapest country, to be honest.
No.
It has a lot of benefits, of
Definitely.
course.
Yeah, because when you hire a van, it's like the minimum price is I think like $100 a day. And then you have to add up to that the fuel cost that you have. And buying a van and also be able to sell it again, it's cheaper than hiring a van, especially for a year. So yeah, it gives a lot of freedom, and it really helps to just have your own van, your own personal space, and your own stuff. So if you would like to change something about the van, you're also able to do that. And
Yeah.
we added some stuff as well because we bought it like how it basically looks now at the moment.
Yeah, it feels like home. I think that's the most important thing because we did rent a van at the beginning because
Yeah.
we couldn't find one immediately. It feels different to have your own car.
Yeah.
So I would recommend buying one because it's really cool to have one. It's like your own house on wheels, you know? It's so cool.
Well, the challenges we had so far was, you also have to do maintenance for the car. So we put on some new tires on this car as well, but also with the rego, we needed to extend it. So yeah, the costs that come with that and the insurance, it's are all costs that they are there, but if you
Still
get them
hurts.
like on a receipt, it's like, okay, you have to pay this. Okay, you have to pay that. It's like if you add all those numbers up, it's still like a big portion. So keep that in mind before buying a van.
Yeah. And I think the challenges with the lifestyle is probably the personal space. Like we love it's our own house on wheels, but it's also really small.
Yeah.
And if you're used to kind of having a big house with all the equipment you like, you miss some stuff.
Definitely.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I think that's a thing for me. Maybe that's a women's thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it also depends where we're staying, what kind of amenities there are.
Yeah.
it makes a difference.
Yeah, and also during the months December and January, the campsites were really pricey.
Yeah.
So yeah, we had one campsite that charged us for one night like $200, and we went in February and we could stay there for 3 nights for $60. Like
It's crazy.
it's crazy. Yeah, so
So avoid high season in
Yeah.
Australia, like
Yeah.
the summer holidays here. Around Christmas, you don't want to go with your van in that moment.
no.
But beside that, it's really nice.
Yeah, but also what we wanted at the beginning is like a big fan where we could stand up in. The fans that are high, they also ask for like really high prices.
And the main problem was the prices were higher, but also the KMs were higher. So this fan had only like 150,000, which is okay.
Yeah.
But when we were looking into like a higher fan, the price was, well, 2 times as high mostly. But the KM stem was also like 350 plus. So that was a lot.
Yeah.
And we didn't want to risk of having a motor breakdown or something like that because we're not mechanics and we're not going to become mechanics. That's not my expertise. Don't want to.
Yeah.
So we wanted to have like a reliable fan. So we chose the trustworthiness of lower KMs over a higher fan.
We also have an inverter underneath here. We don't use it that much because it uses a lot of power. So usually we only use like the 12 volts if we stand unpowered, and if we are powered, yeah, we can use whatever we want. So that's also nice. But yeah, it's you have the possibility to stand unpowered for a couple of days. So like off the grid for a couple of days, that's possible. So that's really nice. So then we use like only one fridge, but that's enough. So yeah, and we also have like a small battery pack for charging our phones as well. So this is the back of the fan. We have like 2 big drawers. Here we have a small bowl as well where we can wash some ledges, for example, but we don't use it basically. It's now more storage. And yeah, here we can put all our groceries in. We have a water boiler as well and some smoothie makers. So yeah, we can get our vitamins as well. And in the other drawer, we have basically our cutlery and our coffee maker. We saved some points for some nice fancy wine glasses. I hope they last a little while, but yeah, it's nice to have everything basically. And yeah, underneath here is some kitchen gear as well. Really love the big drawers because it gives us a lot of space to put stuff in. So if we cook, we put like the little gas mate on top of it. We have like a small stove in here. It gives us the opportunity to cook as well. But yeah, then we put it on top of there or on the table. Here at the back you can also see the chairs that we have at the moment. It's nice and nicely stuffed away at the back, so it's all really practical. And yeah, the woodwork is really great on this fan. Like the couple that did this, yeah, they really have an eye for detail as well, because yeah, you can see it in the ceiling. It's really well done, and that's also what we loved about the fan so far. So yeah.
I thought I was a really luxury girl. I think I still am though, but less and less and less and less. So I experienced that having less luxury makes you more grateful for the small things in life. Because when you're used to living like, well, it was a nice life. We had everything we needed, like the perfect corporate living. We had everything we wanted. Like there was nothing on our list we needed to buy for a house or etc. So we had a luxury living. We could travel like multiple times per year. But now it's so basic.
Definitely.
Then I really needed to work that through as an entrepreneur as well, because you have like this business side that's really successful and has a way of living, and now I'm living in a van, which is different. But it does suit me as a person and us as a couple as well, because we do like the freedom of it. So that overshadows the not having all the luxury side.
Yeah.
For me.
For me, I think it's the basics indeed. Like you stand up every day and it's like, okay, this is it. This is everything you have. You don't have to worry about a lot of things anymore, because you have basically everything in this van. So sometimes it's in our head, or yeah, that we need more stuff or a bigger house, but yeah, sometimes you just need less.
You don't need as much as you think you
No.
need as a person. So I think that's a good reality check as well.
Basically, the seating area. Yeah, we have our radio in front that we can also connect with Bluetooth, so we can listen to some music during our traveling. But that's really nice to have. Yeah, we have the AC. It's not that spectacular because it's also already a 20-year-old fan. So yeah, you have the basic instruments, but yeah, it will do. So yeah, we have everything we need. So it's great. Also have this awning on the side of the camper van. This is really nice to have when it's raining or it's really hot outside. You can just put it out, and it's really great to have some extra shadow or just to sit dry outside during the rain. So yeah, it gives you some extra space outside just to sit, and yeah, it's really nice to have as well.
Our personal philosophy on life would be, yeah, it changed basically in December when we went to Costa Rica. And we really realized during our traveling that we didn't want to plan it anymore, like the traveling, like what we want to do the next day should be something that would come on our path. And we just started more living by the day. And I think that's something that people, yeah, need to experience more. Like, hey, what does this day bring me?
I think it also comes down to deciding what you want instead of what everyone else expects you to do or to achieve or to experience. You go for your own thing. I think that's a main thing for me. I'm also really into personal development as well. And maybe it's good to mention that we also did ayahuasca in Costa Rica. So we had a quite a personal experience as well over there. And I think that's the moment where we realized like it should be differently. Like in my visions, I was traveling in some kind of rainforest, and then a note like came into my hands, like a little one. I folded open. It said like travel, and I was like, okay, let's see where that brings me. And that took us to Australia, so it gives us the freedom to like live here without having to stress for a job or an income. We can just live freely,
Yeah.
which makes it lovely as well. But it also like fits our viewpoint of the world. Like, do it for yourself, do it for your happiness, do it for your own well-being, and whatever that is. Maybe it's van life. For us, it's van life right now. We don't know if it's our retire life, but for now, it's van life. So follow your hearts and let's see where it brings you.
People can follow us on Instagram at travel is our destination.
Yeah.
And we also have a TikTok.
We're trying TikTok out.
Yeah.
We're too old, but we're trying it out. We're in our 30s. We're trying it. It's also travel is our destination.
Yes.
Yeah, we also have our personal accounts, obviously.
Yeah, mine is at wherever you go.
Yeah.
So like wherever, and then my name is Hugo.
For me, it's my full name. It's Samantha Tolboom in Dutch. But you can find it on our travel is our destination. If you want to work business-wise, you can follow me and DM me. So.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please share it with a friend. Also, if you want to watch more alternative dwellings, we got a playlist popping up right here, and we release new episodes every single Sunday, so consider subscribing.